Hi pals! In this vid we'll learn about the new plumbing products of Chievo Company. This year they divided their stand into three distinct zones. The first zone is a museum showcasing, one might say, already iconic items that have made their mark in the history of ceramic production. 8 years ago, Chievo presented a vast assortment of furniture compositions, and here this classic design is presented in museum showcases in a completely colorless form. Familiar items can only be guessed by their silhouettes. The second zone is known as the villa, and this is where the main premieres are actually presented to the audience. There are several of them. The first is the absolutely unusual collection of Kanto sinks. These sinks can be installed in quite compact spaces and due to their unusual shape, change the perspective of how this item is perceived. They can also be complemented with furniture compositions, and besides, they are produced in various finishes. However, above all, in terms of ceramic finishes, Chievo stands out due to its extensive range of options, quite possibly the most extensive range of ceramic glazes available, encompassing both glossy and matte finishes. The same applies to furniture finishes. You can choose almost any shade from Chievo's offerings. There are also natural veneer finishes. These furniture compositions can be enhanced with mirrors from the Cielo range. The small Pluto mirror is available in a black matte finish, or a larger mirror with an insert of a cosmetic mirror which is called polypheme. By the way, polypheme is an ancient Greek cyclops, hence the name. However, if you have a preference for a smaller composition, then you have the option to choose the tall elongated mirror named Luisa, which comes in a talco finish. The next novelty is called Ithaca. Ithaca is an ancient Greek island that Odysseus so desired to reach during his many years of travels. This word is synonymous with returning home. And here Chievo takes us back to the origins of ceramic production. Finally, ceramics look like ceramics, not like some other material. These are luxurious forms, convincing, monolithic. Freestanding sinks pair beautifully with toilets that are also freestanding, such as the EBD toilets. And in this case it is indeed so, because a special additional platform is used for installing the pendant. The sink can also be designed in a pedestal configuration in case you need a more elegant solution for a smaller, more compact space that requires a space-saving option. Less expressive, but undoubtedly more practical, would be the use of wall-hung toilets, and in the Ithaca collection, there is such a modification. Freestanding wash basins are definitely not a reason to relinquish convenient storage. In Ithaca, there are also modules of relatively small depth that can be positioned next to the sink for convenient placement and easy access. Furthermore, it's possible to create a symmetrical composition. Model Z can be a mirror complement in this case. The designer of the Ithaca collection is Luca Cimaro, while the new project Otus, just like Kanto by the way, belongs to the creative duo of design directors of Chievo Company, Andrea Parizio and Giuseppe Pizzano. At the core of the Otus concept lies the reinterpretation of the classic pedestal sink in a modern and sophisticated style that redefines the essence of geometry and plasticity. The sink is an oval with thin walls which is installed on a pedestal of the same shape. By the way, there are two pedestals that are offered here. It can be either a monolithic or a double pedestal, resembling the number 8 in plan. I truly enjoy the shelf that attaches to the edge, so you have the flexibility to position it wherever is most convenient for you. And naturally, this collection also incorporates a pair of toilets and bidets with shapes that imitate the form of a sink. I had to carry out a complete investigation to comprehend what Otus signifies. Perhaps if you are interested in Viking mythology, you are familiar with Otus, who was Thor's goat, but the Chievo people are not interested in Viking mythology. They are passionate about ancient Greek and Roman mythology. So I had to do a little more research and come to the conclusion that Otus is the name of an incredibly beautiful ancient Greek youth, whom the goddess Cybele fell in love with. And there is a certain logic to this because there is already a bathtub with the same name in Cielo's product range. And last but not least, the equally inspiring new product is referred to as Philo. It is a modular system comprising of furniture compositions. At its core lies an undermount sink that can be installed together with a ceramic countertop. Accordingly, these ceramic countertops can be completed in Cielo colors, and the sink can also be installed underneath a marble countertop. It is worth mentioning the precision with which the joints between the horizontal countertop and vertical surfaces are crafted. In contrast to other similar products, the terrible white joint cannot be seen in this particular item. Regarding the connections, all aspects of the design here are also done elegantly. All communications are concealed behind a special hatch using magnets, which will be scarcely noticeable unless one possesses plumbing expertise. The design concept is based on this fantastic line, which serves as a visual separator between the drawers and doors of the furniture block itself, enhancing its aesthetic appeal. Philo is translated from Latin as line, and this line, by the way, continues on the mirrored cabinets. These furniture compositions can blend perfectly with existing items. For instance, with a pair of B&M Mara toilets designed by Matteo Tuna and Antonio Rodriguez, or with a Febe bathtub, also in the brand's signature colors. If you have a preference for textured Delphi fronts, it is also possible to install sinks from the Philo collection on them. In addition, it is worth mentioning that ceramic countertops are now available for this series, and they exude a remarkably elegant look when paired with the exquisite Teotondo round sinks. And you may inquire, what is the third zone then? Well, the third zone provides us with information pertaining to the colors that Cielo employs for its ceramics. As I previously mentioned, they certainly have one of the most extensive selections of colors in both matte and glossy finishes. However, the purpose here is to demonstrate the varying appearance of these shades under different lighting conditions. Certainly, it is highly improbable that you will have blue or red lighting inside the bathroom area. Even though, if it is chromotherapy for specific wellness procedures, then why not consider it as an option? However, in order to anticipate how these shades will play out in warm or cool light, I believe it will be absolutely essential. And this is worth paying attention to, as well as to the new products and the main assortment of the Cielo company. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.